Hello, good evening all. So today let us start with the ratios part 2. In this part we will be learning more about ratios, and of course these are all previous year question papers. So it will be nice if you go through all these questions and do it numerically with a pen and paper in hand, because all these questions are different types of questions which usually come for the examination, and it will be difficult for each one of you to actually see a new question and then challenge it and do for the examination. So it is better that you practice it at home before attempting the question. So we are discussing not the same type of questions but different types of questions, so it will be easy for you once you go for the examination. So let us start our preparations from now on. The net notification has already come in, so let us start quickly. Okay, so let us move on to the first slide. Yes, the ratios of salary of Hamid, Clement and Ganesh is given in the ratio 3:5:7. If Ganesh gets 868 rupees more than that of Hamid, how much is Clement's salary in rupees? So we are given 5 options. This was a UGC net question. Let us see how we can do this. So the salaries are given of Hamid, Clement and Ganesh. Ganesh gets 868 more than Hamid. So you know the ratios can be expressed in terms of another unit quantity called x. So Hamid's salary is 3x, Clement's salary is 5x and Ganesh's salary is 7x. So the difference between Ganesh's and Hamid's salary will be 7x minus 3x, which is 4x. So according to question, 4x is actually the Ganesh's salary, which is 868 more than Hamid. So if you subtract 7x minus 4x, that is 4x, 7x minus 3x, which is 4x, which is the difference between Ganesh's and Hamid's salary, it will be equal to 868. So x can be found out, and x will be equal to rupees 270. That is 868 divided by 4. Now Clement's salary, we know it is 5x. So 5 into x is 270. So that will be rupees 1085. Clement's salary is rupees 1085. So the answer is A. So it's a clear-cut question. There is no difficulty in doing that question. No, the next one. 4 positive numbers A, B, C, D are related in a specific way. The first number A to the second number B is 3:5, and interestingly the ratio between B and C is the same as ratio between C and D. Further, the ratio of A to D is given as 3:8. Given that D has a value of 16, determine the value of B. So you are given different options. Almost 5 options are there. So let us see how we can do this. A is to B is 3:5, B is to C is to D, that is given the ratios are equal, and A is to D is 3:8. The value of D is given as 16. So A by B will be 3/5, B by C will be C by D, A by D is 3/8. From this we can substitute the value of D. A by D is 3/8. So A by 16 will be 3/8, or A is equal to 6. So we have found out the value of A. Now to find out the value of B, A by B to find out B. So 6 by B will be equal to 3/5. From this 3B is equal to 30 and B is equal to 10. So same manner. Only thing is that you need to know that ratio can be expressed in terms of divisible numbers. So if you know that theoretical part, it will be easy for you to do this question. Next one. Rupees 2400 is based among A, B, C in the ratio 2:3:3. Who gained the least of money? You are given options. Only 4 options are given. So the ratios of second and third are the same. So if you express in terms of a quantity x, you can express as 2x, 3x and 3x. So the sum of all these is equal to rupees 2400. Solving for x, you get 300. So lowest share is, it is expressed as ratios 2x, 2 into 300, which is rupees 600. Next one, a bag contains 1 rupee, 50 paise and 10 paise coins in the ratio 3:4:10. amount into rupees 102. Find the number of 10 paise coins. You are given options, 4 options, and we can either express in terms of rupees or we can express in terms of paise. So if you express in terms of paise, 1 rupee can be expressed as 100 paise. So 3 into 100 paise will be 300 paise is to 4 into 50 paise 200, 10 into 10 paise will be 100. So 300 is to 200 is to 100, which can be expressed as 3 is to 2 is to 1. So sum of all the 6 parts will be equal to rupees 102. Single part x will be 102 by 6, which is rupees 17. You have to find out the number of 10 paise coins. So 10 into 17, which will be 170 coins. This is a simple one. Only thing is that we have to express the rupee in terms of paise. Next one, a bag contains 1 rupee, 50 paise and 25 paise in the ratio 1 is to 2 is to 4. If the total amount in the bag is 225, find the number of 50 paise coins. So you have A, B, C, D options. So we can express the rupee in terms of paise, or you can express paise in terms of rupees. Here I have given the values in terms of rupees. So let us say 1 rupee, then 50 paise can be expressed as 1 by half paise, isn't it? 50 is 1 by 2 of a rupee, then 1 by 4 of a rupee is 25 paise. So x, 2x and 4x. So total money will be x plus 2x by 2, that is for 50 paise, plus 4x by 4, that is for 25 paise. Ratios are given as 1, 2 and 4. The total paise will be total rupees is 225, and from that you got the value of x as equal to 75. So you know that the value of number of coins of 50 paise is 2x. That is the ratio here. So 2 into 75, that is equal to 150. So number of coins of 50 paise is 150. So similar questions can be asked. Next question, A is to B is 3 is to 4 and B is to C is 2 is to 5. Find A is to B is to C. You are given different options. It was a 2022 examination question. So you are given 2 ratios. So whenever you have this ratio, you make the B part the same. B coefficient in the first case is 3 is to 4 and the second case is 2 is to 5. So you multiply in such a manner that B quotient becomes the same. So B quotient can be made same by multiplying the second equation by 2. So 2 into 2 is to 5, that is 4 is to 10. So we get 3 is to 4 is to 10. So A is to B is to C will be 3 is to 4 is to 10. In some cases, you need to multiply only one ratio. In another cases, it may be required to multiply both the ratios. So it is well equal, or it is well and good if you multiply both ratios or a single ratio. So this is how we proceed. Next one, a sum of rupees 312 is to be distributed among 100 boys and girls such that each boy gets 3.60 rupees and each girl gets 2.40 rupees. Find out the number of boys in the class. So you are given 4 options. So let us say there are x and y boys and girls, x boys and y girls. So x plus y will be 100, and it is also given 3.60 x plus 2.40 y is 312. So you have got 2 equations. You can multiply any of the equations by 3.60. You get 3.60 x plus 3.60 y will be 360. First equation if you multiply by 3.60 and then you solve for y, you get the value of girls. The number of girls is 40. So if the number of girls is 40, the number of boys will be 60, isn't it? 100 minus 40 will be 60. Now next question, in an 80 liter solution containing milk and water is in the ratio 27 is to 32. How much milk should be added so that new ratio becomes 3 is to 1? You have 4 options given. So if you have 80 liters mixture and the ratio is 27 by 32 in milk and water ratio, 27 by 32 into 80 will be the milk value, that is 67.5. So water will be 80 minus 67.5, which will be 12.5 liters. Now new ratio of milk to water is given as 3 by 1. You are adding water So 67.5 liters milk remains same, but water is added, so 12.5 plus x will be equal to 3 by 1. From that the value of x is 10. You got it. And so what? How many liters of water has to be added? 10 liters of water has to be added to make the milk and water in the ratio 3:1. So similar question, another question. In a 60 liter mixture of milk and water, ratio of milk to water is 5:7. How much water should be added in the mixture so that the ratio of milk to water becomes 23:21? So you have 4 options which are given. Now how we can do this similar manner? That is, ratio of milk to water in the initial mixture is 5:7. Ratio of new milk to water ratio is 23:21. So the ratio of milk and water is given as 5x and 7x. So 5x plus 7x is 60 liters, it is given. So from that 12x is 60, x is equal to 5. Now the milk to water ratio will be 5x, which is 25 liters from this, and the water quantity in the mixture will be 7x, 35 liters. So we are adding amount of milk to the mixture. New ratio becomes 23:21. That is 23 by 21 will be equal to 25 plus milk divided by 35, and from this we can find out the value of milk is equal to 40 by 3 liters. So you can get either a numerical value or a divisible value. That depends on how we get the questions. That is options. If you are given in terms of dividends, that is 11 by 3, 40 by 3, like that, then we need to represent it in terms of those divisible values only. Numerical values cannot be got. It will be represented in terms of this fractions. So sometimes the questions can be asked in such a manner that it will be expressed in terms of divisible values. Next one, the sum of 3 numbers is 98. If the ratio of the first to the second number is 2:3 and that of second to the third is 5:8, then the second number is, you are given 5 options, and you can see sum of 3 numbers is 98. First to the second number is given ratio 2:3, second to the third number is 5:8. So here if we need to find out the value of b to be the same, we need to multiply each and every ratio by appropriate values, isn't it? So here what I am going to do is, you are going to multiply the first ratio, that is 5:8, then 2:3. You have 2 ratios, isn't it? So here we represent it in such a manner that 5 into 3 by 5 is to 8 into 3 by 5 is equal to 3 is to 24 by 5. So it is 5 into 3 by 5 will be 3, and 8 into 3 by 5 will be 24 by 5. So A is to B is to C will be 2 is to 3 is to 24 by 5, or multiplying throughout by 5 we get 10 is to 15 is to 24. In another manner we can do this, that is the first equation you multiply by 5 and second equation you multiply by 3, then also you get the ratio A is to B is to C will be 10 is to 15 is to 24. So you need to find out the second number. So total is 98. 98 into 15 divided by 49, that will be 30. So second number will be 30. So next question, 2021 examination question. A and B are 2 alloys of gold and copper prepared by mixing metals in proportions of 7:2 and 7:11 respectively. If equal quantities are melted together to form a third alloy C, find the proportion of milk and copper in C. So you have 2 metals, gold and copper, and you are mixing equal quantities of the alloys in such a manner that you are getting an alloy C, and you are required to find out the gold and copper proportion in C. So how to do this? So gold in C will be 7 by 9 plus 7 by 18. Is it not? 7 by 9 plus 7 by 18. That is 7 by 9 means total of 7 by 2. 7 by 18 means that is total of 7 and 11 ratios. So copper gold in C will be 7 by 9 plus 7 by 18, that is 21 by 18, which is 7 by 6. So cut short that fraction. Copper in C will be 2 by 9 plus 11 by 18, that is 15 by 18 is 5 by 6. So gold is to copper will be 7 by 6 is to 5 by 6, which is 7 is to 5. So first question will be a proportion of gold and copper in C will be in the ratio 7 is to 5. And next question, if in a hostel of 45 days food is available for 50 students, how many days will this food be sufficient for 75 students? 2023 examination question. So food is available for 50 students for 45 days. How many days will this be sufficient for 75? For how many days food will be sufficient for 75 students? So for 50 students, food is sufficient for 45 days. So one student, it will be 45 into 50 days. So that many days for one student. So for 75 students, food is sufficient for 45 into 50 by 75. That is equal to 30 days. So 30 days is the answer. Next question. In a class of 50 students, 23 are girls and the remaining are boys. Find the ratio of total number of boys to girls. This is a very simple question. That is, you are given 23 are girls. That means 50 minus 23 will be the remaining number of boys. So the total girls is 23. Total number of boys will be total students minus total girls. That is 50 minus 23. That is 27. So the required ratio is boys is to girls will be 27 is to 23. Simple question. Next question. The ratio of milk and water in a mixture of 60 liters is 7 is to 8. Now 10 liter of this mixture is replaced by 10 liter of milk. Then find the ratio of milk and water in the final mixture. So initial amount of milk in the mixture is 7 by 15 into 60 liters, which is 28 liters. And so initial amount of water will be 60 minus 28 liters, 32 liters. Now the amount of milk and water in 10 liters of mixture we have to find out. So milk will be 7 by 15 into 10, that will be 14 by 3 liters, and water will be 8 by 15 into 10, which is 16 by 3 liters. So we are replacing 10 liters of mixture by 10 liters of milk. So amount of milk in the mixture will be 28 minus 14 by 3 plus 10 liters. That is we are replacing by 10 liters of milk. So 100 by 3 liters. And amount of water in the mixture will be 32 minus 16 by 3, which is 80 by 3 liters. So final ratio of milk and water will be 100 by 3 is to 80 by 3, which is equal to 5 is to 4. So that is a mixture ratio, and from that some amount of milk is removed. So we have to find out the amount of milk and water ratio. Then the last question. In a mixture of 60 liters, ratio of milk and water is 7 is to 3. Another 10 liters of water is added to the mixture. Then the ratio of milk and water in the resulting mixture will be. So here initial quantity is given as 60 liters. Milk to water ratio is 7 is to 3. So new quantity of the mixture is 70 liters is given. So we are adding, only water is added. So 10 liters will be added in the water section alone. So new ratio is given as 7x is to 3x. Adding the ratio, we get 10x is the total quantity is equal to 60 liters. So x will be 6 liters. So quantity of milk will be 42 liters and quantity of water will be 18 liters. If 10 liters of water is added, 18 plus 10 will be the new water quantity that is added, 28 liters of water. So new ratio of milk to water will be 42 is to 38 or 3 is to 2. So these are the types of questions that are asked for ratio section. Please do these questions in a numerical manner, that is by using your pen and paper, and you may get different confusions while doing the questions, but please be patient enough and try to repeat the questions as many number of times so that you become confident while doing the question. Okay, so good luck. Continue learning and let us learn new lessons in the forthcoming classes. Thank you.